Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we're building a Khitan Tower Home, a medium-sized house based around a central tower. The requirements for this build are on screen now. It's fairly simple and it's mod-free. The only fiddly part was the corner pillars, but you can remove them if you'd like. So, without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, I started off with, of course, the base plate. I laid it out as shown in the blueprint a moment ago, using Khitan ceilings and pillars to construct said base plate. I used this method so I could use the corner pillars that I mentioned earlier to frame the design. I used frontier pillars for this build to add some extra contrast, as I find the Numidian set can become very tonally muddy. However, you can of course use any pillar you'd prefer. An alternative I'd recommend is Numidian or black ice. Of course, if you find them too fiddly, you can just get rid of the pillars entirely. After constructing the pillars, I moved on to the courtyard. I dropped it down by a single notch, which I did by placing a foundation, snapping a fence foundation below the floor level and then carrying that elevation over to the courtyard. Once I'd finished the base plate, I closed off the edges with stable fence foundations and then began on the walls. I had to use stable pillars to temporarily replace the frontier pillars so I could place the door frames, though I have heard there is an alternative method. I'm just used to this one. I also used the real windows trick to construct open rectangular windows using crenellated walls and grated doors. I built the walls 2 tiles high around the perimeter, using inverted sloping sides on the back 2x2 sections to create small arches. I also included windows semi-regularly around the builds to break up the tonal monotony of this set. Once the ground floors were finished, I topped off the walls with stable ceilings, covering both wings and creating a partial walkway on the central tower alongside a staircase. Next, I moved on to the first floor walls. I raised the pillars up to match and built the walls 2 tiles high on the 2x2 coming out from either side of the tower, and then 1 tile high on the back side. I would also later add 1 tile walls in a 2x2 attached to the balcony side of each wing, but we'll see that when we get to it later. I then built the tower up further to the next floor, again raising the pillars to match. I placed a hatch frame to reach the top of the tower, and then used off-centre ceilings snapped atop the corner pillars to create a large 5x5 seat for the roof. Next for the roof gables. I used sloping sides to create really simple open gables over the wings that should help to form a very simple yet effective roof design. Next, of course, was for the roofs. I built a simple pyramid roof over the tower with door frame underhangs, and then I went down and placed some Khitan awnings near the front door. Finally, I finished off this segment by filling the roof gables, following the flow of each roof on the wings. Finally, I added those 2x2 rooms I mentioned earlier, which was definitely a choice for the best, as it gives the build a bit more living space and overall does help the structure out quite a bit. Once those rooms were complete, I fenced off the balconies and the tower with lattice half walls, and then finished off the 2 buttresses on the rear of the tower to complete the construction phase. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to of course furnish. Approaching the build, I've lit the courtyard with Khitan braziers to introduce a warm glow to the exterior. Inside, the tower is a transitional space to the wings and up to the first floor. The ground floor includes a library space and a lounge on the left side wing, with a small kitchen and dining area in the right side wing. Both sides aim to keep things clean and simple, helping to build an ordered atmosphere that uses space intelligently. Upstairs we reach the bedrooms. The right side wing is the twin bedrooms that can be used for guests. It's attached to a small private lounge area and a balcony looking over the surrounding environment. The left side wing contains the master bedroom and a small games room, which contains a king's board, and is also again attached to the second balcony. Finally, the tower contains a private seating space that provides impressive views over the nearby area. And there we have it, a Khitan Tower Home in the Exiled Lands. Thanks for watching. Many of you will know that Khitan is one of my least used building sets, and while it's still definitely far from my favourite, I do sometimes like to test myself and use materials I'm not as comfortable with, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed that video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. The links to my Twitter, Discord, Patreon and various sponsored discounts are also available in the description below. As always, if you have suggestions for future content you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to become a member of the Coffee Cult by joining our Discord, and if you'd like to support the channel further, become an esteemed Coffee Cultist by joining us over on Patreon. As a patron, you'll get sneak peeks of new videos before they're uploaded, full-size blueprints, wallpapers in both 1080p and 4K resolutions, Discord roles and more. On that note, a massive thanks to all of our esteemed Coffee Cultists on screen now for continuing to support the channel. Again, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.